As a speaker, you know there are 3 different channels that you use when you public speak. You use your verbal channel, which is the text you say. It's the words you compose when you give your speech. And then there's a vocal channel, which is how you say those words. Do you whisper them? Do you yell them? And then there's the visual channel, which is how your body actually looks when you present. Now, of those 3 channels, the visual channel is one of the most important ones, especially when it's out of alignment with the other 2 channels. Say, for instance, have you ever seen a presenter say something like this? I think this is the best solution for our company, and I'm really excited about it. I'm feeling really positive. That is completely out of alignment with the verbal message. The verbal message says, I'm excited, and the visual message says, not really. So which one do you believe? You usually believe the visual channel. That's why today we're going to talk about body language and how important it is to manage your body when you speak. We're going to start with the eyes. Eye contact is one of the most important things that an audience expects from you in order to feel connected with you. It's how you build your credibility, how you build warmth with the audience and goodwill. So here's how you do it. If you have a large audience around you, you want to make sure that you're looking not only in the center of the audience, but you want to make sure you're addressing the people on either side of you as well. Far back in the back row to the front row. Because anybody you don't look at, you're going to lose them. They're going to start doodling on their page or talking to their neighbor. You want to keep your conversation as one conversation, and you do that through eye contact. You can also orient your body towards that person just to make good eye contact with them. It's not a good idea to make eye contact one by one all the way around the room and then back like a sprinkler. You want to vary who you look at so that it's sporadically spread out throughout your whole audience. Another thing that you want to avoid is looking over the heads of the audience. They used to teach that in public speaking. We really don't do that anymore. Especially people in North America expect a lot of direct eye contact. They can tell if you're looking above them. You seem disconnected or removed. So make a lot of good direct eye contact, smile, enjoy the eyes of the audience, and be able to receive any feedback they're giving you. Second, your whole face, your facial expression is another visual channel that you use or tool that you use to express yourself. Your face should accurately reflect the words you're saying. If you say, I'm excited about this, or this is a positive thing, your face should show it. Or if you're being serious about something, then you want to reflect the gravity of the situation. Let your face emote what it should and match your words. And don't forget the power of a smile, because a smile, appropriate smiling, warms up the entire audience. If you give smiles out, people will reciprocate that warmth back to you as a speaker and will open themselves up emotionally to receive influence from you. So don't forget to smile. It's one of the best ways to engage an audience. So we've done eyes, we've done face. Let's talk about hands. Most people ask, what do I do with my hands? They just seem to feel like 2 pieces of 80-pound steaks falling at your side. What you can do with your hands is try to do something natural. Some people have a mid-body position. They hold their hands here. Some people drop their hands when they're not gesturing. As long as you have a variety and you're letting your hands gesture every now and again, then it's fine. You can even hold them behind your back just for a moment if you want. Now, you get in trouble when your hands stay in one place too long. For instance, if you have them trapped behind you the entire time, it starts to look like you're anxious and you're very tense. The same is true here or in your pockets, or clasped here and not moving. Make sure that you allow your hands to gesture. And a gesture should be not just right here in front of the body, but can be larger in order to involve the audience or increase your scale. The more people you have in your audience and the bigger your room, the bigger you have to be as a speaker. So an expansive gesture with an elbow out from the body can help you do that. And it would look like this. Today we are running at 35% profit and we're headed for 40% next year. You see the nice open gesture that expands my scale as a speaker? That's something you can build into. Plan it. When you write your opening, plan the gesture in the first 2 sentences just to get it out of the way and give your body permission to start doing it. The one rule we have is no pointing, because pointing feels shameful or intimidating or just harsh. So instead of pointing, we use an open hand. Like, does anyone here have a question? Or you all know. And see, instead of saying you all know, we use an open hand. Moving from hands, let's talk about stance. Stance is from the hips down. A lot of people's nerves work their way out of their stance. And we end up seeing things like rocking or stepping up and stepping back when people speak, or even pacing. And sometimes we see hip out, and then that leg gets tired, and then the other hip goes out. And both the hip movement and the leg movement, when it's not purposeful, can detract from your message, because your body reads as if you're nervous. People are reading you and thinking, wow, they're jittery, they sure are wiggling around a lot. And instead, you want to have a nice, strong stance. And that means your feet are under your hips and your weight is equally balanced. You don't have one leg bent or the other leg bent. You have a nice, relaxed stance. It's not tense, it's relaxed. And from here, you can have purposeful movement. I think that this is the main place you should be when you speak. You have a lot of time standing, and then you add in some movement. Now let's talk about the final thing, which is moving with purpose. Many people love to move around a room, and they step and they're talking and they end up pacing like this. This is not purposeful movement. Notice I'm not looking where I'm going. I'm looking behind me, and that means it's not purposeful. Instead, we want you to use your eyes to direct your body. So you might look at a participant and then take a step forward and talk to them, and then turn and look at someone else and talk to them. And you could take a step this way and talk to the people over here. As long as you look first and then take a step and stop and go back to your power stance and standing still. This is the food, and movement is more like the spice. Don't get them confused, because you'll end up looking agitated or frenzied or nervous. The visual channel is a very important channel. When you're public speaking, making a presentation, or expressing yourself, you want to make sure you're learning to manage your body. The best way to do it is to rehearse out loud, standing up, and getting your body used to it.